Yeah, it's recording. May I start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hello guys. I'm Chinmay Bagma. Uh, Welcome to I am a Buster, and we will have like this class every Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. And many of them have enter. Many of them are new here in this camp, and this is the first lecture of them. They are selected for the camp. From the camp to the I am a Buster. And today I will teach you algebra, and I will teach you some little bit advanced topics or some basic topics which are remainder theorem, factor theorem, and some problems related to that. The problems will be little bit of advanced level, so try to solve it or else we will discuss about that. Yeah, now I will move on to next slide. Okay, yeah. Today is day one of mine and I will teach you remainder theorem, factor theorem, and some problem. I am assuming that you know what is polynomials, what are the roots of the polynomials, and all that. Yeah, so I will move on directly towards the remainder theorem. Yeah. Now I'm considering that you know a polynomial equation. A polynomial equation is an equation which has some n variables in it. So I will consider f of x one polynomial equation, and yeah, I will consider f of x a polynomial equation. And I am assuming that you know the division algorithm, that is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Yeah, in the statement of the remainder theorem is that it is usually fine to get the remainder of a polynomial equation. Therefore, we use remainder theorem. Yeah, if a polynomial f of x is divided by x minus a, then the remainder is equal to f of a. This means that when a polynomial equation which is f of x, okay, a polynomial equation f of x when divided by x minus a, c means here the dividend is f of x, the divisor is f x minus a, and the remainder is f of a. Therefore, by for the proof of remainder theorem, we will write this as f of x dividend is equal to divisor, which is x minus a, and I will consider the quotient of that polynomial equation as q of x. I am considering q of x because the polynomial equation has the coefficient of related to x terms. Therefore, I am considering quotient also related to x terms. So x minus a into q of x plus r, where r belongs to remainder. So yeah, see, therefore the equation will be f of x is equal to x minus a into q of x plus r. And if we put, instead of x we put a, then we get that f of a is equal to a minus a into q of a. We know that a minus a is equal to 0. Therefore q of a into 0 will be equal to 0. Then f of a will be equal to r. Yeah, then f of a will be equal to r, and that leads to our remainder theorem. And if in case in some question if r is equal to 0, then we can directly write the equation as f of x. Okay, 1 minute, I will mute your another device. Okay, I will write f of x is equal to x minus a into q of x. Since remainder is equal to 0, I will not write it, and hence I can say that, see, since q minus a, x minus a is multiplying q of x, I can tell that x minus a is a factor of f of x. So then it leads to the factor theorem. We will go on to next after this. After remainder theorem, we will go on to factor theorem. Yeah, further, if f of a is equal to 0, if f of a is equal to 0, then we will tell that a is a 0 of the polynomial f of x. Yeah, the what is meant by 0 polynomial? 0 polynomial means a polynomial in which that its degree is 0, and if a0 is not equal to 0. Yeah, if a0 is equal to 0, the polynomial is called 0 polynomial, and the degree of that polynomial, the 0 polynomial, is defined as minus infinity to preserve the first two properties. Yeah, yeah, that is known as a 0 polynomial. So further, f of a is equal to 0. Therefore, f of a will be 0, and a is the 0 of polynomial f of x. This leads to factor theorem. Now we will go on to factor theorem. The proof of the factor theorem is similar to the proof of remainder theorem, so I have not written in the PPT now. So I will move on to the next slide. Yeah, factor theorem is almost same to remainder theorem only. It's an corollary of remainder theorem. Yeah, factor theorem tells us that if x minus a is a factor of polynomial f of x, if and only if f of a is equal to 0. Means whenever the polynomial becomes 0 polynomial, we can say that x minus a will be a factor of polynomial f of x. I'm knowing that it is a little bit difficult to understand, but we will now practice some 3 or 4 problems and you will get the concept now clearly what I'm telling to say. So if anybody has any doubt, they can raise their hands, or now we'll move on to problem sets. When we will solve the problem, we will be able to know how we should apply remainder and factor theorem in that. Anybody has any doubts, they can raise their hands. If anybody has no doubts, they can chat with me, and I have no doubts. Has everybody understood the concepts or okay, yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, I will start now for problem sets. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, Nikhil, I can't make you co-host because the host only can make you co-host. Sorry. Yeah, now we will go on to some problems. See, there are 3 problems. First, try to solve first. I will give you some hints. In the first problem, they are given that if f of x is a polynomial with integral coefficient such that f of 1 and f of 2 are odd, prove that there exists no n belong to integer such that f of n is equal to 0. Yeah, try to solve this question. If anybody has any doubts in the question or they have not understood the question, they can raise their hands. We can use contradiction and only try to express the polynomial f of x in the form of division algorithm and consider the quotient as g of x and go ahead. And they have given that f of 1 and f of 2 are odd. Use that property, sir. They can chat with me. I will give you more 5 minutes, 4 minutes to solve this question. Then I will move on to the next question. Has anybody got? Has anybody got? tell me in the chat, or else I will discuss the solution. And by factor theorem, we can therefore we can tell that x minus n divides f of x, and then we will put the value of x as 1 and put the equations, and we can get that how are the factors correlated to each other. And has anybody got question? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I got left. Yeah, then I will move towards the next question, or else I will discuss the solution of first only now, because first your concept should be clear, then we'll move on to next question so that you will be able to solve. Yeah, then we'll move on to next slide of the solution of question 1 or problem set 1. Yeah, 1 minute. We will move on to next slide. Yeah, yeah, in the problem 1, they have given us that if f of x is a polynomial with integral coefficient, and suppose f of 1 and f of 2 are odd, then prove that there exists no integer n for which f of n is 0. Yeah, roll. So we'll do some contradiction. I'm thinking that you know all what is meant by contradiction. Yeah, therefore we will assume the contrary. They have told us to prove that f of n for all integers. So they have told us to prove that there exists no integer n for which f of n is equal to 0. Now we'll, by contradiction, we'll consider that f of n is equal to 0 for some integer n. Then by factor theorem we can tell that x minus n divides f of x. Factor theorem, what is the statement of the factor theorem? That factor theorem tells us that if x minus a is the factor of polynomial f of x, then f of a is equal to 0. Yeah, means here we will consider x minus n is a factor of f of x. Then we can tell that all factors are always divisible by both of them. So then x minus n will be completely divisible by f of x. Therefore, we can write now f of x in terms of division algorithm, where x minus n is a divisor, and we'll consider g of x as a quotient. Therefore, we can get now f of x is equal to x minus n into g of x, where g of x is again a polynomial with integral coefficient, which we are considering as quotient. Since it is a 0 polynomial, the remainder will be 0. And now we'll put the value of x as 1 and then x as 2. If we put value of x as 1 in the equation of f of x is equal to x minus n into g of x, we'll get that f of 1 is equal to 1 minus n into g of 1. And similarly, if we put 2 in the equation of f of x is equal to x minus n into g of x, we'll get that f of 2 is equal to 2 minus n into g of 2. And we can see that 1 minus n and 2 minus n are consecutive numbers, but they have given us that f of 1 and f of 2 are both odd. How that can be possible? If there are two consecutive numbers, one of them will be surely even. So the statement, the contradictory statement is wrong. Then we can say that there will be no integer n for which f of understood the question. They can frankly tell me. If anybody has any doubt or problem, they can raise their hands. Or anybody has not understood any concept related to factor and remainder theorem, I can explain them. Have anybody any doubts? Has anybody any doubts? If no doubts, they can chat with me by telling no doubts so that I can move ahead without wasting some time. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Archit, for telling. Thank you, Aniruddha. Yeah. So have you understood how to solve like this problem? So now we'll see the problem number 2, then we'll discuss its solution, then we'll see problem number 3, and then discuss its solution. We'll move on like this. So I will move back. Yeah, yeah. Problem 2 is same like problem 1. We have to use some division algorithm and we have to express the polynomial in factor theorem, and then we have to write in an division algorithm, and then we have to put the value of a1, a2, a3, a4 respectively. In the question they have given us that if f of x, if f is a polynomial with integral coefficient such that there exist four distinct integer a1, a2, a3, a4, satisfying f of a1 is equal to f of a2 is equal to f of a3 is equal to f of a4 is equal to 1991. Prove that there exists no integer b such that f of b is equal to 1993. In last question we use some contradiction. Similarly, we will use in contradiction in question 2 also, and we will move ahead by considering that there exists a yeah, wait a minute, Nikhil. We will move on to the solution of problem 2 afterwards. First, let them solve. If anybody is not able to solve, then we will move on to the solution of that. It is same like first, only we have to use some factor theorem. Yeah, please move back, the back slide. Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. Therefore, we have to consider by contradiction that there is a integer b where f of b is equal to 1993, and we have to move ahead. Then we can tell that x minus b will be the factor of f of b by factor theorem. Then we will express it in the form of division algorithm. Then we will put the values of a1, a2, a3, a4 respectively. Then we can go ahead. I have given you many hints for problem 2. Solve it. It is really a simple problem. And am I audible to all of them? They can chat. Sure, sure. Yeah, I will give you more 5 minutes to solve this question 2, and then I will move ahead to the solution of question 2. And in between 5 minutes, anybody has any doubts, they can raise their hand related to factor and remainder theorem or the
Actually,
solution of problem 1.
Chinmay, no, Chinmay, that is a monic cubic polynomial, not a monic polynomial. It's a cubic polynomial.
Okay, 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 okay.
F of x is not any polynomial. It's a cubic polynomial.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Okay.
But it's monic.
Yes, Nikhil. Is everybody able to solve the second question? You can tell by chat. Yeah. So I think so. Time is running out shortly. So we will move on to the solution of second problem now. Then we will move on to the question third, and we will move on to the solution of question third. I think so. The second problem was similar to first problem, and yeah, it was simple one. Yeah, now I will move on to the solution of question two. If anybody has got the solution of question two, they can raise their hands and tell. They can raise their hands. Yeah, so I will start for second solution now. And all of you guys, please be little bit studious. Yeah, I will start with problem second. Yeah, problem second is given that if f is a polynomial with integer coefficients such that there exist four distinct integer a1, a2, a3, a4 with f of a1 is equal to f of a2 is equal to f of a3 is equal to f of a4 is equal to 1991. Show that there exists no integer b such that f of b is equal to 1993. Is my voice break? Please tell by chats. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, 1 minute. Am I audible now? Am I clearly audible now?
Yes, Chinmay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And then yeah. In the second point, in the second question, we had to consider contradiction only like first. Yeah. Suppose by contradiction, we'll consider that there exists an integer b such that f of b is equal to 1993, and I will consider a polynomial g of x such that g of x is equal to f of x minus 1991, and where g is a polynomial with integer coefficient and g of a1 is equal to 0, where g of ai is equal to 0, where I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. G of ai will be equal to 0 for I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, because if we put g of a1, and we know that g of a1 is equal to 1991, therefore 1991 minus 1991 will be equal to 0. Similarly for all 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, then I will express all g of ai is equal to 0 in the form of factor theorem, uh, in the form of x minus a1 into x minus a2 into x minus a3 and x minus a4 are all factors of g of x. X minus a1 will be factor of g of a1, and x minus a2 g of a2, x minus a3 g of a3, and x minus a4 g of a4. So we can write g of x as x minus a1 into x minus a2 into x minus a3 into x minus a4 into h of x, where h of x is a polynomial with integer coefficient. We are multiplying h of x because, hello, am I audible?
Yes, Chinmay, go on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll multiply h of x to the polynomial equation g of x. Yeah, then instead of x, I will write there b. Then I can get that in the equation g of x is equal to f of x minus 1991. I will write there b. Therefore, I get that g of b is equal to f of b minus 1991. And from the, and we have considered by contradiction that f of b is equal to 1993. So we will get that g of b is equal to 1993 minus 1991, which is equal to 2. Therefore, we get that g of b is equal to 2 by our choice of b. Means we are taking the choice of b as 1993 by contradiction, but but by factor theorem we can tell that g of b will be equal to b minus a1 into b minus a2 into b minus a3 into b minus a4 into h of b, which is equal to 2. And we can see, since the uh, solution of g of b will be equal to 2, the hence b minus a1, b minus a2, b minus a3, b minus a4 will be all divisors of 4 and will be all will be distinct, means b a1, a2, a3 and a4. So we can tell that all the 4 factors of g of b will be distinct one, and they will be divisors of 2, and we can write b minus a1 into b minus a2 into b minus a3 into b minus a4 as 1 into minus 1 into 2 into minus 2 in some order. We can change the order as 1 minus 1 2 minus 2. We can change any order in that equation for 1 minus 1 and 2 minus 2. And we have considered that h of x where uh, is a polynomial with integer coefficient, so h of b will be also an integer. So hence we can get that g of b will be equal to 4 into h of b. Since it is equal to 4 into h of b, uh, any factor of 4 is not equal to 2. Therefore, such b doesn't exist. By contradiction only we have proved. Has anybody any doubts in the second question, solution of second question? They can raise their hands. If they have understood, they can chat with me. Yeah, correct, Nikhil. Yeah, Tanish, sorry I gave you the permission to get recording. Please don't do that. Have everybody understood the second problem? Now we will move on to the question third. We will move on to first question 3. Then we will go on to solution of question 3. I will.
Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, sure, Nikhil. Yeah. There are some network issues, so we will, for 1 minute. 1 minute. I will try to share it.
I can share the screen now, so I think I will share the screen.
Okay, sure, Imran. Thank you.
Yes.
You all can see the screen, right?
Yeah, we can see the screen.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. The question 3 is given as let f of x be a monic cubic polynomial. Monic cubic polynomial means a polynomial in which the leading coefficient is 1. That polynomial is known as a monic polynomial. So monic cubic polynomial will be a polynomial with leading coefficient 1 and the powers of cube. Therefore, let f of x be a monic cubic polynomial given in the three systems below. R of x, P of x, Q of x are all quadratic polynomials. Compute the value of f of phi. Yeah, they have given us system of three equations. First equation is that f of x is equal to P of x into x minus 1 plus 1. Uh, in the question, they have directly expressed in the form of division algorithm. You can split it and you can go ahead. In the second equation, they have given us that f of x is equal to q of x into x minus 2 plus 1. F of x is equal to r of x into x minus 3 plus 1. Use these three equations and make the value of f of phi. Find out the value of f of phi if possible. And if anybody gets the answer, they can chat with me. Or anybody has any doubt in the question, they can also raise their hands or they can chat. Use factor theorem in question 3. Factor theorem and remainder theorem are almost correlated. Means when we try to find the factor of any polynomial equation, indirectly we find the remainder only. So don't think that these are the only questions of related to factor theorem. There are indirectly related to remainder theorem only. In question 2, we expressed f of g as f of b minus 1993, expressed in similar way in the question 3 also, all the equation. Yeah, Archit, yeah, functional equation can be used easily. We can solve using functional equation easily, but I am thinking that many of them till now doesn't know the functional equation. So the topics which we have discussed till now, remainder theorem and factor theorem, we will do by that only. Yeah, but they can be used. Functional equation can be used in solving such questions. The factor theorem split the division algorithms terms by factor theorem and get how are the factors correlated in all three systems. And like in question 2, take some integer polynomial f of g or f of h and express it in terms of f of x. Take a polynomial f of g and express in terms of f of x and go ahead by factor theorem. Find a polynomial equation such that f of x is equal to x minus. Express f of x in only one point in only one factor theorem equation, like we had done in question 2, and then put the value of x as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we can compute f of 5 easily. Yeah, I will wait for more 2 minutes, then I will move on to the solution. Has anybody got the answer? They can raise their hands. And is my voice clear to all of you? Thank you, Nikhil, for telling. Yeah, so anybody has got the answer of question 3rd? Guys, please be studious. Even if you give the answer wrong, it will be okay. I will wait for more 1 minute, then I will move on towards the solution. Has anybody got some startup idea to solve the question 3? Any idea which we can use? If anybody has any got a startup idea, they can raise their hands. Yeah, now since the time is running out, I will move on to the solution of question 3 of problem set 1. I will go move on to the next slide now. Yeah, in the question they have given us 3 equations, and they have given us that they have given the solution of that 3 equations, and we have to compute f of 5. In the solution, I have found only f of 4 is equal to 7, and by putting the values instead of x as 5, then we can find the value of f of 5 respectively. It will be easy. Yeah, now I will start to explain. Yeah, I will dissect that equations, and by factor theorem I will make it into a polynomial equation, and I will get that, and I will consider g of x as a polynomial with integral coefficient such that f of x minus 1 will be equal to g of x. We can prove this by factor theorem by easily seeing all 3 equations. We can see in all 3 systems, in all 3 equations in that system, that x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3 are all factors of g of x. And since f of x is a monic cubic polynomial, we can say that g of x will be also monic cubic polynomial, because the relation between f of x and g of x can be easily factored out by factor theorem. Therefore, we can say that f of x if f of x is a quadratic polynomial, then g of x will be also a monic quadratic polynomial. They will be almost same. Yeah. So we can say that g of x can be again factored into x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3. Thus, we can say that since g of x is also a monic cubic polynomial and f of x is also a monic cubic polynomial, we can express g of x in terms of f of x as f of x is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 plus 1. I have expressed this term using the fact that f of x minus 1 is equal to g of x, and then if I put the value of 4 in the equation of f of x is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 3 plus 1, I can get that f of 4 is equal to 7. Similarly, if I put x is equal to 5, then I can get the value of f of 5 respectively. Then f of 5 will be equal to 25. The crucial step in the solution was only expressing g of x in terms of f of x as f of x minus 1 is equal to g of x. And then we can directly go by factor theorem and we can go ahead, and thus this is the solution. Has anybody doubts in this solution of problem 3? Is anybody having any doubts? They can raise their hands. Yeah, if anybody has no doubts, they can chat with me so that I can understand. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Chinmay, you are audible, and I think everyone has got.
Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, therefore now I end the today's session.